Imagine it's early 2026. You need a new car, your old car's not working anymore, and you found the perfect car at a local dealership. It's a gasoline powered car, it has just enough room for your kids, for everything that you need to fit in the trunk, and you go to buy the car to negotiate with the dealer a final price, only to be told that the dealer can't sell you the car that month because they've sold too many gasoline powered cars. Now, that may sound far fetched, but that could be a reality in Canada starting in 2026. That's because the federal government, by fiat, is saying that 20% of all new cars sold in Canada are going to have to be electric cars starting in 2026. So that means that dealers have to be selling a minimum when they're selling new cars of 20% of all new cars sold, they're going to have to be electric. So if a dealer is not selling enough electric cars that month, they're going to have to pull back on the number of non-electric cars that they are selling that month. That's the crazy reality we are facing in Canada because of the Carney Liberal government's decision to go forward with the Trudeau government's electric vehicle mandate. Now, obviously, this is starting at 20% in 2026, but it's going to ramp up to 60% of all new cars by 2030, and 100% of all new cars by 2035 are going to have to be electric or plug-in hybrid models. Now, this is going to decimate the automobile industry here in Canada. We already know that car companies like Stellantis and Honda and Ford have pulled back on their investments here in Canada in building new factories and producing new models because there's not enough demand for EVs. And speaking of demand for EVs, in June of this year, so recent statistics, just 8% of all new cars sold in Canada were electric. And by January, it's going to have to be 20%. Now, automobile CEOs are saying this is not achievable. This is not something that's going to be realistic. There is no way, based on consumer demand, they are going to be able to get consumers to change from 8% electric cars to wanting to buy at least 20% within the next 6 months. It's simply not feasible. The Carney government so far is stonewalling. They're saying, oh, hold on, relax, we're still going to go forward with these regulations. It's important for the environment. But what it's going to do is ship auto jobs overseas. It's going to decimate the automobile industry here in Canada, and it's going to mean fewer cars sold because if dealers aren't selling enough electric cars, they have to sell a percentage of total vehicles sold as electric, so they're not going to be able to sell as many gasoline powered cars. And what this means is that people are going to start buying used cars more, they're going to keep their cars for longer, and they're simply not going to be buying new vehicles. So the automobile industry is warning, and CEOs met with Prime Minister Mark Carney and said this is the biggest danger for our industry going forward. So far, the Carney Liberals have been stonewalling, but it's time for the Carney Liberals to face reality, repeal these ridiculous mandates that were put in place by the Trudeau Liberal government, and allow Canadian consumers to buy the cars they want to buy next year, the year after, and into the future.